Hey, this is a video of our race with SCCA. It's the Hoosier Super Tour event at Buttonwillow Raceway, April 29th, 2018. I'm in Group 8, which is Formula Atlantics and Mazdas. I didn't qualify as far up as I would have liked. We ran some new tires this weekend, bias ply as opposed to radial. But anyway, I'm starting in the 20th position out of 26 cars. Here's a couple photographs to begin the video. There I am leading a couple of cars down the front straightaway there. There's a picture of our hauler and the 3 cars that make up the Sabina race team. There's a picture of the laps that I did during the race. Tires are beginning to wear thin, so probably not the fastest laps I could have done at this point, but fast enough. Here's a shot externally. You'll see an in-car in a little while, but here's an external shot of the start of the race. Like I said, I'm in the 10th row on the outside. You can just see me there kind of turning into turn 1. You can see it's very hectic. A lot of cars going over 100 miles an hour, diving down into turn 1, as you'll see from the in-car here. So as we turn onto the front straight, there's a start on the left. You'll see right there in the white, guys waving the green flag. Here we go, 100 miles an hour plus to a hard braking zone here. Like I said, there's 26 cars. Everybody's jockeying for position. I'm trying to just hold my own, knowing that I'll be able to catch some of the slower traffic as the race progresses. It's going to be a 15 to 18 lap race. It's a timed race, but I know it'll be 15 to 18 laps, so I know I'll have enough time for me to catch some cars. I try to pass this guy on the inside right here going into 3. I just wasn't close enough, and you can see he chops me off there, and I'll catch him soon enough. But this is kind of a tricky section of the track where you probably don't want to go side by side. Like I said, this is just lap 1. There's a guy going off on the left, putting a couple of tires off in the dirt. I love Buttonwillow. This is a great track. There's 20 or so different configurations. This is one. This is a very long configuration, one that I like very much. This is a very long right-hand sweeper. It's over 100 miles an hour. It doesn't look that fast from the in-car camera, but from inside the car, it feels really fast. Still first lap. As you can see, I'm beginning to catch the traffic in front of me. Those were guys that qualified ahead of me. I haven't passed anybody yet. I end up passing, I think, 7 cars during the race and finishing 13th. I think I was the 12th. I had the 12th fastest race lap out of 26 cars, which isn't bad. I feel good about that. I'd like to get back. I'd like to get into the top 10 before the season's over. There's some really talented drivers in this series. Some people who are very young teenagers who are looking for a career in IndyCar, Formula 1, or sports car racing, or DTM, or something like that. And then some guys in their 40s and 50s who have been racing for many years. Here's a step ahead to lap number 5. Here's again that long right 100 plus mile an hour sweeper, and I'm beginning to catch the guy in front of me. As you can see, is a lot closer than he was at the beginning of the race, and I'm really reeling him in here. We have a long straightaway right here, and I'm going to pull up alongside of him and let him know that I am coming through. So as long as you're alongside the driver as you enter the turning area, then it's a clean pass. What I don't want to do is be behind the guy going into the turn and him not be able to see me. Here's moving ahead to lap 7. Again, I'm catching another car. And here we are on the back section of the track going through what they call the S's. And these S's lead on to the front straightaway. And I believe I'm going to catch this guy. I mean, I have a really good exit out of the S's. You can see I'm reeling them in, coming through this turn, which is called Sunset. And I'm powering off pretty hard. You can see that I'm catching him. I'm going to pull up and try to get alongside of him before the turn-in point for turn 1, which is called Sunrise. And here I am right alongside of him and beat him into the turn-in section so he knows that I'm there and pick up another spot. Now at this point, Obviously, you can't see the car ahead of me, but here we are moving ahead few laps to lap 12. And here's another car that I'm catching. Again, I seem to do really, really well out of the S's, turning back onto the front straightaway. I catch this guy coming off of that last turn there, which is called Sunset. And I catch him. You can see I'm reeling him in. And I'm going to get alongside of him way before the turn-in spot. And I'll just lead him into turn 1, and he'll be behind me. That's the safest way to pass. There are some people who believe that you can, kind of steal the apex and dart in late. It's just not my thing. I don't want to hurt the equipment or any of the drivers. We're not out here to get a paycheck. We're out here as a hobby trying to have fun. So this is my fastest lap 13, 148 flat. I'm still a few seconds off, or I should be. But this is my first race at this track in this car, and only my third race in this car, period, since moving out of the USF 2000 car and into the Pro Mazda. This is a Pro Formula Mazda, 2004 Pro Formula Mazda. It's powered by a rotary motor. It's about 1,100 pound car, so it's very light, and it's about 260 horsepower. So it's very, very fast, very agile. It obviously runs, as you can see, on slick tires. It's a lot of downforce that's created by the wings in the front and the back. So here's lap 13. I think this lap's being shown because it was my fastest lap. I'm not sure, or maybe this is the lap after my fastest. But you get a feel for what's going on inside the cockpit and the track. Kind of watching my hands seesaw on the wheel. You can see kind of how my head position is when I'm hard on the brakes. You can see my head position goes forward a bit. You can see the dashboard there in front of me, what gear I'm in, 4th gear now, 5th gear, again 5th gear. I'm catching a guy in front of me again on lap 14. The gear shift is down, obviously, on my right, so when I take my hand off the steering wheel, it's just so I could shift the gears up or down. So here I'm in gear number 2, going up to 3, and you'll see the lights light up on my dash, which tells me that I need to go up a gear. Here I'm down to 3rd for this right-hander. The guy got a wheel off there in the dirt, which caused me to get loose. As you can see, there was some dirt on my tires. These are very, very sensitive. These tires get very hot and sticky. When you put something like dirt down on the track, it makes it like an ice skating rink. So, the guy threw off dirt on the track, and it became very treacherous going through there. And you can see not messing around going 135 miles an hour into this. The car could, get higher miles per hour than that, but we run all road courses, no ovals. So, most of the car, and what I'm focusing on is the agility of the car, maximizing the speed in and out of the turns, and going as quickly as I can down the straightaways, while obviously being smart. Here's the leader of the race passing me. That was kind of a bummer moment, but this guy has a lot more experience and a lot more talent than I do, and he might even have a faster car than me. And so you can see him kind of pulling away from me. I'm giving it all that I have, but yet he's still pulling away. Here's lap 14. I come up on some other traffic that I want to pass, and I'm just not sure if I have enough time or not to catch these guys. I'm going as hard as I can. As you can see, they're kind of arguing with each other for position. So I'm hoping as they worry about each other, they're not worrying about me. As you can see, that's kind of happening because I am getting closer and closer as they fight it out between them. But it's lap 15. We're getting towards the end of the race. The races are generally about 30 to 40 minutes in length. There you can see the dirt again. I went through there much more gingerly that time so I wouldn't slip off the track. It's a beautiful day. Sun's going down. It's late in the day. It's after 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. A few clouds in the air, but nice 75-degree day. Great day for racing. You can even see, if you look closely in my mirror, there's nobody behind me now, but if you rewatch the tape, you could probably see cars in my rearview mirror that I've passed, or cars coming up on me. I'm really pushing as hard as I can to try to catch this car in front of me, knowing that the race is almost over and that I really don't have much more time to catch this guy. And I do feel like if I really push hard right here in through the S's, that I may be able to catch him on the front straightaway. But as you can see, he's a good 20 car lengths in front of me. And as much as I'm pushing here, I just, I may not catch him. I can feel the tires beginning to go away. And I'm catching him a bit, but I think I probably need a couple more laps to catch him. If we watch the flag stand on our left, there's the white flag, meaning there's one more lap in the race. So I'm thinking, maybe I can catch this guy. There's the second place car going by me. So now the first place car and the second place car have passed me on the track. And this guy will make quick work of the guy in front of me. And hopefully I'll be able to catch him. In the end, I don't want to spoil the suspense, but I don't catch him, sadly. And I end up finishing 13th. Like I say, I had the 12th fastest lap out of 26 cars. Mid-pack, it's not great, but like I say, I'm competing against some people who are very talented and very experienced on this track, in these cars, and in racing in general. So hopefully, as more races go on, I'll get better and I'll improve. So we're going to be coming up to the checkered flag. This is the last time around as we go up here through a turn called Phil Hill. Kind of pinch it off to the right here, right through the apex, and then track out to the left, and then back to the right. And this is a long straightaway heading down into a big braking zone where you go from 6th gear all the way down to 2nd gear. Big braking, big downshifting, big long sweeping right-hander that leads onto the S's. It's one of my favorite parts of the track. It's a really great track at Buttonwillow near Bakersfield. It's one of my favorite places to race. Anyway, we'll come through the S's here. I know I can't catch this guy, so I back off a little bit. Just not going to be able to get him. And here we come. As you'll see on the left, the guy will be waving the checkered flag in the white booth there. There he is. Give him a big thumbs up. Thanks very much. All the people out here who flag, which is in every corner, those people are volunteers. Just wanted to thank my wife, Dominique, for all her love and support. Thanks to my father-in-law, Dino, an ex-racer for life also, for coming out and supporting me and cheering me on at the races. Thanks to Sabina Precision Race Team, including Vince, our lead driver, and my instructor, my teammate and IT wizard, Robert, his amazing wife, Carrie Ann, for their amazing friendship and support. Also, big thank you to our crew, Frankie, Lenny, Aaron, and our head mechanic, the amazing Bob Morris. A couple more thank yous. Just want to say a big, big thanks to my son, Jensen, for his incredible video prowess. He's the one who put this video together and helped me record the audio and post it. Also, big thanks to Buttonwillow Raceway Park. Again, an amazing raceway. SCCA and Cal Club, Formula Car Challenge, Mazda, and Goodyear. Great event. Thanks, everybody.